Okay there, friendos, let's get straight into it. Yep, there it is. So, hey, what's up, friendos? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt, and we are back with some more Marvel Future Fight. And as you've probably seen from the splash screen when you've logged into the game today, we have a new sneak peek, and there is a lot to unpack and talk about in this one. So let's get straight into it. Let's dive over to the forums, and we shall have a look at the post that Netmarble made, or Marvel Future Fight team. And yeah, then we'll get to talking about it. So whilst we're just having a look here at the sneak peek, I just want to say big thanks to everyone for the love on the videos lately. If you guys could hit that like and subscribe button, it would really help me out. The sooner we get to 50 subscribers, the sooner I can get that custom URL. And yeah, let's get into it. So, sneak peek 1 coming in for June. We all knew that we were getting a June update. No one really had an idea as to what it was going to be about. And finally, we get our first sneak peek. And here it is. So let's have a quick look again, and let's see what's got everyone so up in arms about it. So you see it opens up some kind of military looking warehouse. We get a crate being reversed back with 4 stripes on it. Gets blasted out by a descending Iron Man. And that's it. As you can see there, check out the new look of this gilded superhero who strives to make the world a safer and better place. And I don't know if you just quickly saw there on the recommended YouTube videos, someone's already made one saying classic, but we'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, you can see there are a lot of angry people, which I mean, you know, it's the forum, so it never fails to surprise me. But we've got some interesting ones. We've got Let's Go, Iron Man again, I hope he's meta, give Green Goblin a bleeping tier 3, tier 4 nice, where the bleep is Doctor Strange tier 4. I'm a beginner and struggling to get my first tier 3. Doesn't seem quite right, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Iron Man Cap Uni, thank goodness, it's been too long. Same S again and again. Do you even remember when you gave the X-Men a last full update? So yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but let's get into what we actually know before we start speculating on what everyone has been wildly getting carried away with. What we definitely know is a new uniform. Oh, by the way, CTP chest yesterday, I got a judgment, so yeah, Parkers. And I was going to put that on Green Goblin if he gets a tier 3, so we'll just keep that safe for now. So, Iron Man, yes. Let's have a look. Okay, this is his current look, the Superior Iron Man. It's a villain uniform, so of course we always knew that he was going to be returning to a hero at some point. And yeah, he's got a bunch of unis, not quite as many as Cap, but this is the current classic, also known as the Mark IV. If you Google Mark IV Iron Man suit, that's the one that will come up. That is his classic comic look, the original kind of 90s look that everyone who grew up in the 80s and 90s with the cartoons and the, you know, the awesome Capcom video games, the fighting games, Marvel superheroes will recognise. That is his classic look. But if you watch the tier 3 video, you can see it looks really dated. I mean, that looks like the original Avengers when Iron Man came in and stopped Loki in Germany. And even though it is a classic iconic look, you can see here how very low res and low poly it is. It looks like someone has just taken a JPEG of Iron Man's uniform and has stretched it out over a wire model. And to be fair, when this game first came out 7 years ago, that was, well, it was perfectly fine. It was acceptable, especially for a mobile game. You look back at what, the Samsung S2 was the phone I was rocking at the time, maybe the S3, but Yeah, we've come a long way since then, and I think it's only probably fair that Marvel Future Fighter said, look, that was the base look. We've given him a whole bunch of different suits. We want to return to that and make a better version. Which, to be fair to them, yeah, why not? So let's address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about tier 4s. I was scrolling through here. I would say I'm probably about your average player. Low spending, get the Stark stashes every month, and that's about it. I have characters who are ready for tier 3, like Green Goblin, because I really care about the character or like the character. And then I've got characters who I could tier 3, like Daredevil. Unfortunately for poor Daredevil. Do I have his? Oh, I do have his newest uniform. Yeah, I think I was just grinding up this one for the to get it to Mythic. Unfortunately for him, so many good speed characters have come out, I've kind of like let him fall to the side, and then I'm saving the speed books now for Green Goblin. But there are a whole bunch of characters who still haven't got a tier 3, or an Awakening or Transcendence. Now you get to the bottom and you think, well, a lot of these are fodder anyway, Shadowland characters, do they really need anything? And you think, well, some of them do. Coulson, for example, he really does need something because, you know, he used to be one of the best supports in the game. Now he gets nothing because he can't be used in any content. And then there's just a bunch of characters who I've managed to pick up from Dimension Mission, etc., who I'm just slowly building. So, okay, let's say they are bringing in tier 4. Where are we going to use him? Now, they did say in the dev note, back when they released that, what, a month ago, that they acknowledged that power creep is very real in the game. And they said that even Infinity Ultron shouldn't be here with World Boss Legend because he's too tough. I can't see why they would have only ever made 2 World Boss Legends and then moved on to a higher tier already. That doesn't sound right, but we know that they are bringing in more world bosses. They've said that that is one of their focuses for the forthcoming year. But outside of that, what have we got? There's nothing else on that tab. Timeline battle, I mean, we all know, and we've been asking for a rework pretty much since year 1, and we're still waiting for that. And we're still waiting for it to load too. What's going on? Hey, whew, that was a bit of a worry there. But yeah, unless they bring in a brand new thing where you're only allowed to use tier 3s or tier 2s or tier 1s or tier 4s, I'm not quite sure how they're going to rework timeline, but I can't see tier 4s being helpful. Maybe a new story mode? It would be nice to see a continuation of the story. I mean, technically all of these 4, the old story mode from stages 1 to 13, they all flow narratively, so it would be nice to see a new stage be added to that. Multiverse Invasion, I mean, that was a brand new mode for the time a whole month ago, and that's already outdated because people are just, you know, maxing out the rewards within 20 seconds, 15 seconds. So let's just say it is a tier 4. These are the first 3, the holy trinity of the MCU, I guess, really, as well as Marvel Future Fight. Cap, Iron Man, and Spidey. And we got them with Infinity War, and that was back in 2018. So of course you can't just scroll back and forth there, but yeah. So that was Infinity War 2018, 4 years ago. Now the game has just celebrated its 7-year anniversary, so over half the length of the game since we got tier 3s. So from that perspective, it is time for a newer upgrade in terms of the game as a whole, not taking the characters and who has and hasn't got tier 3 into account, but the game as a whole. Yes, tier 3s have pretty much run their course. There's not much further we can go with them as tier 3s. And obviously poor old Cap, the very first tier 3, everyone has been saying pretty much since day 1, he needs a rework with his tier 3 because the skill just, it's not very good. It looks cool, yeah, it looks great, but it's not very good. But do we say that all the characters from, you know, Beast downwards just get forgotten about? You know, does the meta shift even further apart between the haves and have-nots? Now you would think that with Thor 4 coming out soon, Thor Love and Thunder technically, but it's still the fourth Thor film, you would think Thor 4, T4, synergistically it would make sense to announce it then. You know, it writes itself, the marketing does its own job there. But if they want to do the same as they did with tier 3s and have the, you know, one of each class first, then I can see why doing Iron Man, Cap first would make sense. Not sure about Spidey though. Spidey just got like meta shifting rework. He really moved the needle with his No Way Home uniform. So if they were to give him tier 4, he would be completely busted, completely broken. And where would we get the new fragments from? Would they bring in a story mode extreme? Because we'd have to assume that we're getting new materials if there is going to be a tier 4. I'm not sure where they would drop from. Would it be if they got a new world boss ready to go already? I mean, we saw that, you know, some of us are easily cruising ahead with Null. I mean, okay, admittedly I'm not, because I like to unlock them naturally, and if I can't do the 150-second challenge I don't go for it. But people are way up there with Null and Mephisto, and they're pretty much getting there with Ultron too. Admittedly he is the hardest, but people are still making progress with him. I can't see them bringing in a tier 4 just for that though. So if it is a uniform, and it is just a uniform and a rework, I think it's a really necessary point, because at the moment, yes, his best uniform is really good, but it's not meta breaking, and it is a villain uniform. So of course, being the MCU's golden child, even though he's currently not in it at the moment, but we all know that he's probably going to come back at some point. It's Marvel after all. He's going to be a hero again. So, tier 4, trolling, just a rework. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know your thoughts. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of a potential rework, a potential tier 4. I guess we'll have to wait and see what we get in the forthcoming sneak peeks, which will hopefully give us a little more clarity on the matter. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like and hit that sub button, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye for now.